Welcome to this week's edition of Generation Nexxt Youth Sports Network. This is Jonah Willard, and let me tell you, week in and week out, we are bringing the Athletic Republic Performance Teams of the Week. Let me tell you, these boys are something to be reckoned with. We were at one of some of the scrimmages this week, and let me tell you, these boys, the Colts, put it on the Cowboys up there, went into their home field, beat them 27-6. Preseason, yeah, I know, some people say that really doesn't count, but it started you guys on what we call a skyrocket start. Coach John, tell us a little how important the scrimmage was to you, not only to go out there and see, the different things from the X's and O's, but to come out there with a huge victory.
It was a great scrimmage. I took time to evaluate the competition, evaluate ourselves. The boys went out there and played and did what they had to do, and we got the job done.
Well, that's a great start to it, but we know what really counts is at the end of the year in November. What's it going to take week in and week out, playing in the Miami-Dade Extreme Football League? You're going to have some great teams you're playing against. Doral, one of them, North Miami Beach. Several teams that they have great athletes. But I know behind you are some of the top athletes in Dade County right now as we speak. But besides having that athletic ability, tell me what it's going to take from a whole group effort to come out with a victory, not only week in and week out, but at the end of the year.
It's going to take a lot of hard work, dedication from the parents, from my assistant coaches, Dean Meckris, Jeffrey Escobar, and Osteo Martin. Just basically what you get out of it is what you put into it is what you get out of it. And these boys have been putting hard work all summer, so we'll see.
If you had to say one thing you would want these kids to take from you from this coaching pound when they go up to the next pound or maybe high school next year, what's the one thing you want to take from you as a life lesson in mentoring them as young men?
Hard work pays off, bottom line.
Well, hey, I couldn't have said it better myself. You know what? We're going to pay attention to the Colts. Coaches riding that saying all the way to the Super Bowl, hard work pays off. Watch these kids, because let me tell you, they are going to be on the next level. This is Jonah Willard, Generation Nexxt, and they have been rated G. Welcome to Generation Nexxt. I'm Jonah Willard, standing next to the president of the Miami-Dade Extreme Football League, Mr. Danny Martinez. And Mr. Martinez, we want to congratulate you. This year you're presiding over the whole entire league for the 2010 season. And we talked off camera a little bit about how you cover so many cities, over 14 different cities being involved in the league, over 20 dynamic teams being involved in the league. And most importantly, this stat here, you are the biggest Hispanic and Haitian league in the United States. That is something that you can really hang your hat on. Give me a little bit a background of how the Extreme League was all started.
Like we spoke, Jonah, it all started with the president, Jose Regalado, who started the league 11 years ago. He wanted a league that was competitive, that was ethnically diverse, and that's exactly what we got going into our 11th season.
So now, when you look over at these games, and you can go to any of these great sites over any Saturday, what's the feeling that you get where you see these kids come from Coral Gables, Doral, Tamiami, Kendall, be able to strap it up and come away with not only some, good football, but you're talking about actually mentoring and educating these kids where, we have some extreme football players in the NFL. Tell me, how does it make you feel on Sunday when you see an extreme football players playing on Sundays?
Nothing like football to create that good family atmosphere on a Saturday. Families get together after a hard week of work and watch some good football and enjoy sharing each other's company. Well,
Mr. Martinez, or President Martinez, I should say, if I'm a kid watching this now and I just moved to South Florida, what's the selling thing where I can say this is the league, this is where I want to participate? Or if I'm an adult and I want to volunteer my time, a cheerleading coach, or I want to be a coach, what is it that makes the Miami-Dade Extreme Football League so exciting and so welcoming as a family type of atmosphere?
I think the quality of the competition, the people involved, the kids putting their effort together to get a good show and learn how to grow in the game of football and in cheerleading as well.
Absolutely. Now, if I wanted to see where I can get any information, pay attention to the bottom of the screen. You're going to see where we can sign on to the Miami-Dade Extreme Football Team, so you can get more information at a location next to you. Let me tell you, they are doing big and wonderful things. We'll see you guys at the end of this year at the Orange Bowl Championships, another added thing just to add a little bit gold to that pot. This is Jonah Willard, Generation Nexxt, and the Miami-Dade Extreme Football League has been rated G.
We are the Tamiami Colts 145s, and you're watching Generation Nexxt, and we've been rated G.